Good evening and welcome to the Private Property Podcast, where we provide you with valuable knowledge and information on all things property related. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, a seasoned investor, or you're just looking for some expert advice, we have got you covered. So tune in every Tuesday and every Thursday at 7 p.m. for tips, insights, and expert advice on burning topics related to property, because this podcast is brought to you by Private Property. Remember, you can find your new home on privateproperty.co.za. Welcome to the Private Property Podcast. Tonight we've got a special episode in store just for you. We've invited a celebrity guest into studio, and she's just recently wrapped up filming a telenovela called The Estate. Now, if you don't know, The Estate deals with themes and issues relating to land ownership, sweetie, in contemporary South Africa. The show basically examines the repercussions of the 1913 Land Act in contemporary South African society. So, before we get to that, I'm not going to tell you who it is. You're going to find out. You probably know, but I'm not going to tell you, because before we dive into that conversation, I need to remind you, please comment below and share your thoughts about today's show. You can join the conversation by using the hashtag find your new home on privateproperty.co.za and hashtag the Private Property Podcast on all social media. We'll be keeping an eye out for your posts, and we may even feature some of your comments on the show, because this is the Private Property Podcast, where we provide you with valuable information on all things property related. Like I said before, you've probably guessed who I have in studio, but I'm going to introduce her anyway. It is Dineo Langa! Hey, girl.
Hey, girl, hey.
How you doing?
I'm fine. How you doing?
I'm good.
The lies you tell.
Dineo knows me in a personal capacity, but we're not here to discuss my personal things.
All.
We're here to discuss. Tell me about The Estate.
The Estate, shucks.
Love that for you, by the way.
I mean, Siyazama.
Yeah. Push up, panda, play.
This is how we live. Except we haven't won it.
Yeah, no, it's coming.
No, I mean, it was a beautiful challenge. The Estate constantly is, in its own manner, challenging the status quo.
Right.
Especially when it comes to issues dealing with land, property ownership even. So I played an advocate, most probably on the levels of advocate Nogai Toby,
Got you.
So she would be placed along those levels. And while you could have assumed that she would have, been on the people's side, power to the people, she was definitely...
Reparations!
That girl said, I go where the money is.
Yeah.
But look, at some point she grew a conscience and she tried. And then it went south for her.
I mean, I imagine you learned a lot. I mean, with that kind of thing. Because we know, right? Yeah. But do we know?
No. And I think a lot of us, just on a South African television spectrum, we're exposed to the American justice system. That when you, and we dove very deep into all the legalities around property and how, I guess the people that are somewhat towing the poverty line are always on the back foot when it comes to issues of land. Somebody will easily say, yeah, I mean, we touched on it in the show, where, yes, you want the land, but what are you going to do with it? You see, you leave the land in this particular mogul's hands, it'll get developed. You may get a job or two, but it's at the cost of this very, very huge piece of land that can earn you money. But the one thing that they don't want those people to know is the fact that it's worth a lot of money, despite anything being done to it.
Yeah.
So it's very...
Who cares what you do with it?
Who cares what you do with it? The point is, there's money there.
Yeah.
But there's this very weird propaganda that they feed a lot of the people who are landowners, who are none the wiser. And they tell them, it's going to take forever, and you're going to have to get this conveyancer, and you're going to have to do this. And of course, people who aren't that way inclined financially will think, I already don't have the money. And this sounds like a get out of jail free card insofar as all of this admin and all these things that you have to do. So look, the layman, I really hope, learned from what the estate was trying to do, but even middle class, because yeah, I guess Makwena was towing the middle class line, and she moved very quickly because, the more in demand you are as an advocate, the more the money rolls in.
Yeah. I mean, tell me what your key takeaway would have been.
True.
Or has been.
Oh,
specifically now related to land and property.
It's funny. All my takeaways about land and property are because of everything that's happened in my personal life. And
tell me about that. Tell me about what you call home. What's the first place you ever called home?
First place I ever called home is still standing till today. It is my heart. I cherish it. I would never want for us to lose it. It is my great-grandmother's and my great-grandfather's home in the East Rand in Guatemala. That is what I call my homestead. And I learned so much from that woman because she was an entrepreneur. And people won't call the people uplifting and supplying the township economy entrepreneurs. It is only a buzzword now. And at first, this house started as very small. And she expanded this house, and she did so much with it, and it stands to this day. But now, the wonderful shielding of our great-grandparents means that once they're gone, our grandparents, great-grandparents, you start to see the admin behind the sustenance of a house.
It is not easy.
It is wild.
It's a lot of work.
We get fooled into thinking, absolutely, I want to be a homeowner. Nobody tells you about rates and taxes. Nobody tells you about maintenance of the property. What kind of property do you want? And all of us girls, we have this big dream of this big house, and it's like, honey, does anybody tell you that you need to paint every 5 years? That the hinges,
there are cracks in the wall, Sophia.
like Ruby, the hinges in the door, they're not as strong as they used to be. You need to change that.
Q dun dun to make the things not squeak anymore.
Yes. And if your fridge breaks down because of load shedding, now they're telling us about a whole different dynamic of solar power, and you'll get a little bit of money, but that's after spending most probably 100K. Everybody in the house, is it 100K? I think it's 100K.
I wouldn't know. I cannot afford a home as yet.
So it really is. There are so many elements, and I think I just cherish that house despite everything that we are dealing with the municipality. I'm not going to say no tea, no shade, because
tell that name and shame. What do they do? It's the water bill, isn't it?
It's the damn water bill.
Yeah.
And they are not fixing their old water pipes.
And then the pipe is leaking outside your house. Yes. You're not aware of it until the bill comes 100%. And they're like, you owe us $1 trillion monies. And 100%. You're like, for what?
100%.
I have a JoJo tank.
I have a ball. Exactly.
I buy my water from Woolies.
I never trouble you guys, ever. Yeah. So that's my home. I love it so much. I would fight tooth and nail to make sure that it stands even for many years to come.
Do you live there?
No.
Where do you live?
I live in the northern suburbs of Joburg.
Are you rich?
Hell no. Not by my standards, no.
What kind of house do you live in?
I mean, it's a house. Okay?
I know you're a private person. I'm asking you these questions on purpose. First of all, you're a very private person, but we also watched your wedding on television.
Yes.
In installments. So.
Yeah, and you never saw a house.
You're very selective about your privacy.
You never saw a house.
To know, is it a 1 story or 2 stories?
Guys.
Who you live with?
I live with my husband. Who else would I live with my husband and my 2 dogs. Who else would I live with?
Okay.
Yes. It's a house.
What kind?
It's a house, guys.
Is there security at the gate?
There should be. I'm very afraid of freestanding homes.
No, I'm terrified. I
cannot. I cannot.
I'm terrified of a freestanding home, and I'm queer. So in my relationship, we both have to go check what the funny noise is in the middle of the night. There's no man in my house who's gonna pick up a baseball bat and go check what that sound is. I'm the man. So I can't.
My husband killed a spider the size of his hand, and that is around this circumference here.
Okay.
His hand is larger than mine. So recently, I said, you do that.
I kill the spiders in my house.
I die. I can't do that.
I have to kill the spiders in my house.
How does that feel?
It doesn't feel good because for me, I should be able to rent a dude to just come in like 24/7 on call. Just like, bro, I don't want to be in a relationship with you. Like, I don't roll that way. But please come to my house and be at my beck and call to kill spiders.
Not a renter dude.
No, like renter dude.
Listen, it actually should be a service, but
why
men can't
isn't
be
this
trusted.
a service?
South African men can't be trusted.
Who
Many
said
of
it
them,
had to be a
but
South
there's a
African?
small percentage
We
that
have
can be
issues
trusted.
in this
My husband
country.
can be trusted. I don't know about the rest of South Africa.
Shame, you had to speak up for him.
I had to because that's my husband, girl. We spending the rest of our lives together.
Man.
He kills spiders for me.
Yeah.
You ever had a dude kill a spider for you? Like spiders, not
No.
one, spiders.
I told you, I'm the dude who kills the spiders in my house.
Definitely, that is why you're getting...
I'm very angry.
Don't be angry about it. These are the things that earn you the cows.
Mr. Dineo's husband, please can you start a service where you come to all of our houses, and your husband's very attractive actually. Come to all of our houses and kill
Just
the
kill
spiders.
babe.
There's money in this for you, Dineo. You said you're not rich, but this is the way you can get rich. I'm trying to help you, Dineo.
I know. I don't think I want my husband to be going to... Listen, I also don't trust South African women, okay? My husband is very much attractive, okay?
He's a very much of an attractive man.
Yes, and Julie could be lonely one night and her husband could be
No,
working
no,
late.
No. He's only offering the services to queer women.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
We'll leave him.
But queer doesn't exclude bi, hey? Does not. But keep it moving. Let's go. We are on the private property podcast.
Yeah, we're supposed to be talking about property. What's the most important thing for you in your living environment?
You see, now you're going to bring up the inner chakra, hun, because for me it's the energy.
Right.
It's the energy. Even if you're going to purchase a home for the first time, or even if you're buying an apartment as part of your property portfolio. I don't know people who can have a property portfolio in this economy, but when you're buying an apartment, it has to speak to you. When you are renting or buying an office, it has to speak to you. You can't just walk in and go, okay, I guess I'll take this because it's at this particular address. The address, yes, matters, but if you're renting out an office park and it just repels customers, you're throwing money down the drain.
Yeah, you're basically setting it on fire. I want to go more into this chakra hand situation.
Yeah.
I just feel like a lot of people maybe don't know how to like clear the energy in their homes.
Definitely not.
Or like make the energy like a good place. Would you say like you know any like tricks and tips and like things to do?
Get yourself a lemongrass candle. Keep
Are you writing this down?
Get yourself a lemongrass candle. Keep it at the door.
Which door? Front door?
Front door.
What if you have more than one door?
Well, I mean, the only thing I can... What's that table? The decorative one. The one that you keep by the door.
Not everyone has that table, Dineo.
Oh, jeez.
By the windowsill.
Not by the windowsill.
By the door.
By the door. Like,
Just...
as you enter, it should be on the right. And it's got, like, you know, things.
Like a mirror. And
a mirror.
Little tray
and there's
to keep
the table.
Keys
yes,
and that kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And sometimes you use it. It's called a server. Some people call it a server table.
A server table is where I put my alcohol.
That's a problem. You must put...
I'm supposed to have a
lemongrass candles. Get yourself some crystals, man. Black tourmaline, obsidian. Put them in a bowl. It's not make it, you know, inconspicuous. Put them in a bowl. It's decorative, a pretty bowl. But you always have to charge your crystals every full moon.
Yeah.
Don't let them just sit there and gather dust. And every now and again, you can take a block of camphor, or you can get white sage and just burn it. No, block of camphor. Block. I ain't go hands, knees, heels, and toes.
Yeah.
No. It's a block of camphor. Get it at your nearest spice shop. And we know which aunties have spice shops. 100%.
Yes.
So get yourself some camphor block. If they don't have camphor block, get sandalwood incense. White sage incense are also there.
Yeah. Smudge sticks.
You know, things like that. But you've got to know which smudge stick you're going for. Don't just go buy. if it's someone papa and you're just bringing funny things. No.
I was gonna say, because now you're just doing strange things, but you don't know what any of them mean.
Yeah, because then the thing about energy and the other realm is that you have to be intentional about what you're calling upon.
That's what's up.
But this is a property podcast.
But we're talking about property. But no. Genuinely speaking, a lot of people, first of all, are not in a position to be able to afford to buy homes, right? So a lot of the time you find yourself renting.
Yes.
Now you're trying to clear that space of whatever has gone on there before,
and
whoever was
things,
there before. You're trying to bring your own things or your own people into the space, but do it in a responsible manner because you also don't own that place. So I think it does actually relate to property when it comes to energy is a big part of like the place where you live.
It's part of why your real estate agent has a whole burner when you walk in, or he or she diffuses just something in there and you're like, oh my gosh, it smells so nice in here. And you're like,
I'm going to buy this place because it smells like cookies.
Yes.
It smells like chocolate chip cookies.
Yes.
So it's a big thing.
Yes. And they can use different types of crystals to bring good business to them.
What advice would you give to someone who's trying to buy a house in 2023?
Actually, a couple of friends of mine have said it is not the economy to buy a house right now.
Right.
So and by buy, I mean, go to the bank, say, I need a home loan. Please give me a home loan. Unless you are buying cash and you've got the money to burn, fine, go ahead. You can do that. But to go and get a home loan with the interest rate going up as much as it does, it's not going to be a good time for you now. Whatever
you're saying, rent, don't buy.
My friends are saying rent, don't.
What are you saying?
I'm saying the same thing, but yes, rent is hectic.
It's very much a hectic situation, and I'm very tired of paying our rent.
I just want landlords to be like, to have a heart.
Before I let you go, when are you going to buy a house?
And real talk.
Never let them know.
Always keep the enemy guessing.
Right.
Honey, I am black. I am 100% black. I don't give the enemy ammunition to attack me. So y'all gonna keep guessing.
Okay.
But God is in a conversation with me.
Okay. I can't wait. I'm very excited for you.
And you're gonna come play with my doggies, my big
I'm
doggies.
Come play with your dogs while we make lemongrass candles together so that we can help other people and their homes and clearing the energy and making it a safe space.
With bells.
Ladies, gentlemen, they, thems. Dineo Langa talking about one day when she's able to afford a house. She won't tell anyone because of witchcraft. Where's your shop?
Please come to portrayed. It is at 10 Funbeek Street. It is in Maboneng Precinct.
What is a pot of LNG?
Pot of LNG is a clothing brand.
No, I know. What does it mean?
It means that it is the
it's like where the boat goes to dock.
Yeah. So
you see how boat clothes?
No, ma'am. You see how people want entry. You see, you said we are private at the top of the interview.
Yes.
This is the only thing we are not private about.
Okay.
So it is your port to the Langas. LNG without the vowel. So Langa without the vowel.
Got it. LNG is your surname.
100%. So
got it. Dineo Langa, key negotiator in interest rates. If you need her, go to her store in the Maboneng Precinct. Buy an item of clothing, and she will also give you advice about how to get the best interest rates when buying a home. But she'll advise you not to do it because apparently it's not a buyer's market. But that's according to her friends
who are in property.
Next time, bring them also.
Sure. They're so loud.
Ladies, gentlemen, they, them. Dineo Langa. Yay! Gotta go. Love you. Mean it. This is all from this podcast today. I don't know what else we can do because we are just ridiculous people. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Sims Mantiel. I'll see you on the next episode.